You pour every single ounce of your being into this tiny person, your heart, your soul, all those sleepless nights. And then one day, they just look you straight in the eye, push your hand away, and scream for your partner. And wow, it feels like the ultimate betrayal, doesn't it? Just a dagger right to the heart. It's a moment that I think every parent dreads. The one person you love most in the world suddenly wants absolutely nothing to do with you. The silence that follows is just deafening, filled only with your own shock and, well, your hurt. You can't help but ask yourself, what did I do wrong? But what if I told you this heartbreaking moment isn't actually personal? That it isn't some kind of verdict on your parenting or how much your child loves you? What if it's really the beginning of a fascinating psychological story, a secret drama playing out inside your toddler's developing mind? To really get this story, we have to go back, way back to the very beginning, before the words, before they were even walking, back to those first moments of life when this unbreakable bond was forged, not just by love, but by a powerful ancient chemistry that's literally designed for survival. So the science behind that feeling of pure, uncut connection, it comes down to a really powerful hormone called oxytocin. And this isn't just a feeling, it's a biological command. Oxytocin just floods the system, it dials down stress, it promotes all that maternal care, and it literally, chemically wires a parent and child together. It creates this incredible feedback loop. So you gaze into your baby's eyes, you use that high-pitched motherese voice we all do, and their oxytocin levels rise. Then they smile, and your brain's reward system just lights up, releasing even more oxytocin. Your actual bodies start to sync up. This hormone, it's like the architect of attachment, building this foundation of safety and trust from day one. So you have this perfect chemically bonded world, and it feels completely unshakable, right? Like a law of nature. It's the secure base from which your child is going to explore their entire world. And then one day, with absolutely no warning, that perfect world just shatters. And this is it, that jarring moment of parental preference. You lean in for a hug, you're expecting warmth and love, and instead you get a stiff arm and a loud demand for someone else. It feels like a brutal, personal rejection. But what the science actually shows us is that this is a critical milestone in their development. Turns out, this preference is a predictable and actually really healthy stage. Your child isn't falling out of love with you. They're evolving. They go from connecting with pretty much anyone to preferring familiar faces, and then to forming this super powerful attachment to a single primary caregiver. They're basically mapping out their social world and identifying their number one secure base, the person they see as their main source of safety and comfort. So your toddler isn't saying, I don't love you. They're flexing a brand new muscle, their own sense of self. They are testing out the power of their own choices, practicing control over their little world. And who do they do it with? The person they feel the absolute safest with, you. The rejection is, weirdly enough, a sign of their profound trust in your love. But just when you're starting to wrap your head around this confusing phase of favoritism, the world often throws another curveball. Things get even more complicated. The emotional stakes are about to get much, much higher. 80%. That's how many kids in the US will experience the arrival of a new brother or sister. And for the firstborn, this isn't just a happy family announcement. It can feel like a full-blown developmental crisis, a seismic shift that threatens their entire universe. I mean, just imagine being the absolute center of the universe, and then suddenly, you're not. They feel this profound loss of status. So what happens? They fight for it. Tantrums escalate. They might even regress, suddenly wanting a bottle again or forgetting all about their potty training. And these aren't manipulations. They are just desperate, primal attempts to get back the attention and security they feel like they've lost. But right in the middle of all this chaos, as the family is struggling to find its new rhythm, something remarkable happens. Something really healthy, actually. An unlikely hero often emerges, and a brilliant survival strategy is born. Think about it. With mom often physically and emotionally preoccupied with the newborn, the other parent, and yeah, it's very often the dad, steps into what researchers call a heightened nurturing role. He becomes this steady anchor in the storm for the older child. And again, this isn't another rejection of mom. It's a brilliant survival strategy. The family's attachment hierarchy diversifies. The firstborn adapts. They shift their bids for connection toward the parent who's more available to make sure their own emotional needs are still being met. It's just a testament to how resilient they are. Okay, so through all this stress, the rejection, the tantrums, the sibling rivalry, it is so easy for parents to feel like they are failing. You lose your patience, you yell, you feel that awful wave of guilt. But what if those moments of failure, the moments you really wish you could take back, what if they hold the real secret to a strong relationship? Let me introduce you to maybe the most powerful concept in parenting you've never heard of: rupture and repair. It's this idea that relationships aren't built on perfect, constant harmony. They're built on the cycle of disconnection and reconnection. The messiness is actually where the magic happens.
And honestly, this is a complete game changer. The research is so clear on this. You don't have to be a perfect parent. In fact, being an imperfect parent who knows how to go back and repair the connection after a mistake, that's even better for your child's long-term well-being. The rupture itself isn't the problem. It's the silence that follows that can be.
So what this means is that these messy, frustrating, guilt-ridden moments, they're actually hidden opportunities. They are chances to teach your child one of the most important lessons of their life, that your love is resilient. So here's how you do it. This is the roadmap back to connection. First, you calm your own nervous system. Take a breath. You can't regulate your child if you're not regulated yourself. Then you just name what happened. I yelled. You own it. You validate their reality. That must have felt scary. Then you reconnect, maybe with a hug or a silly handshake. And only later, when everyone is calm again, do you talk about what to do differently next time. You're turning a moment of disconnection into this profound lesson in trust. Just think about how powerful that lesson is. Every single time you go back and repair, you're modeling accountability. You're showing them that mistakes aren't the end of love. You are literally hardwiring their brain with the belief that relationships are strong enough to survive conflict. That right there is the foundation of resilience. Which, it brings us to the final and I think most important takeaway from all of this. After understanding the chemistry of bonding, the pain of rejection, and the power of repair, what is it that we're actually trying to do here? And this is the key. Your job is not to avoid the ruptures. That's impossible. Your job is to become an expert at repair. Because it's in the mending, in the apology, in the reconnection after the storm. That's where the deepest, most secure, and most resilient bonds are truly forged. And if you want to master this, and trust me, it is a skill, there are incredible resources and parenting guides out there that can give you the actual scripts and strategies. They can help you turn these challenging phases, from toddler rejection to sibling rivalry, into your greatest strengths as a parent, building a connection that is going to last a lifetime.